and even this is something I don't even know about you unless I look back at the phone conversation. Give me some thoughts on how you even got into trading, or the concept of getting into trading. Like, why did you even want to get into trading? Was it because of the job that you have, the stressful job, the insight behind that, or what made you want
Well,
to get into the trading part?
well, this is my situation really. When you're advancing in age, and I look at the kind of job I have, and it takes me away from home sometimes, and I want to really enjoy a family life after some time. And I said to myself, keeping away from family may not be something uh, the way I want to go in life. I want to be closer to my family, my growing children, to be part of their life, to be part of their school, their games, and all sort of things. So I'll need something that will keep me closer to them, and at the same time, I'll have the potential to earn a good living. So, and when I thought about trading,
So it was
I
basically
mean,
a time based. So you wanted the time freedom is what you were
yes,
looking for.
yes,
Okay, because
yes.
you're away now, and I know when we schedule our meetings, you're kind of away now. What, you're traveling once every 2 weeks, or and then you go for 2 weeks at a time? Is that kind
Oh,
of
it all depends on what happened. If
okay?
the job require me to something happen, we gotta go. We gotta go. So
Gotcha.
it's an emergency, like I mean, energy sector. So if something happened, you gotta go.
Okay.
So and these are technical things that we handle. So and that can take me away sometimes. So
Okay, so
and
you were researching into trading. You were looking to get into some trading. So, what kind of things were you researching? Did you look at penny stocks, swing trading, day trading? How did you start looking at trading? How long were you doing the research into trading, or how long was this idea in your mind for before you
well,
actually started to take some paths
this is what I
forward?
did. This is what I did at first. I saw a lot of YouTube videos, and at the back of my mind, I know people trade. I know people succeed in it. I know people lose money. But I want the kind of trade that I do, and I want to be safe doing it. I want to be in control of what I'm doing. I don't want a kind of trade that uh, I'll be away and my mind would be at what I set up. That okay, what's happening to it? I want something that I have more control over it. So and I said, okay, let me look into all the trade styles that are there until I became comfortable with option trading. It's unlike naked trade that where if the trade goes against you, you can lose a lot of money non-stop. But I realized that with option, from the beginning the most you can lose from the
A
beginning, and that
defined
makes me
risk.
yes, yes. So the risks are out. It helped me, and options helps you to manage your risk better than some of the other trade that I saw in the video. So I said, no, options would be, I think this makes a lot of sense for me to know if I'm setting up this trade, this is the most I can lose. And I have the potential of making this much. And if I'm going to lose at all, this I can lose. So give me kind of action that, okay, this is the way to go for me.
Yeah. How long were you researching all these things for before you started actually calling me? I know a little bit later, but how long were you doing this research on YouTube and looking at things online?
Oh, it's more than
Was
a
it a one
year.
month, 3 years? How
It's
long?
more than a year. Sometimes I just forget about it. Sometimes I come back to it, but in a period of over a year, I've been looking for the right kind of trade style that'll
Okay.
feel comfortable with. So and I've seen when I started seeing option trading too, and I saw kind of videos, I wasn't really liking it, the way they go about the trading. But when you introduce your teaching style, you made it hands-on. You show from the beginning where to click, where to touch, where to click. I mean, on the trade platform, what to do. That attract me to your teaching style. That okay, this man is showing me where to click, how to go about the trading, not just writing text on the screen for me to read and showing me graphics and not showing me how to do it. But showing me how to do it is what really attracted me to your teaching style. That now this is what I want, hands on.
Yeah, because I think one of the first things you did with me, you didn't even reach out yet. I think you purchased a course, if I recall, the Iron
Yes.
Condor course first, and you kind of went through that training,
Mhm.
and then later you discovered that I deal with more one-on-one, and then you started to give me a call. Is that correct? So we started doing some
No, 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 no,
conversation.
no. I gave you a call first. You didn't
Okay,
get back to me for like almost 2 3 days or even a week. I think it was a week. That was I kept calling. I think I called like 2 3 times.
yeah,
So my thing is that, well, the one you set up on the YouTube for everybody to see, okay, is hands on. Maybe at that time I don't know you train one on one. I thought, okay, if I can get a video, a comprehensive video on how to trade, all kind of trade style and options, maybe that will be good enough for me. So along the way, I purchased Iron Condo, how to trade Iron Condo. I purchased that course. So after a while, after some interaction with you, and I said, okay, maybe if I'm okay with Iron Condo, I might like to know more about other trading style and options, which is butterfly is there, double diagonal is there, calendar is there, and I was about to purchase the butterfly when you told me that, okay, maybe you might want to go into one-on-one training with me, so that you have a privilege to ask question when you don't know what to do at some point. You might be able to reach out to me, or we can schedule time for us to see what the problem is. But if I purchase the video, there will be no training going on. I will just go through it. But having one-on-one can be more effective for me to know what to do if situation arises that I don't know what to do. So, and I thought about it. I said, okay, this may be good for me. Rather than buying each courses, the training can cover every of the courses. And at the same time, I have a privilege to ask questions if I don't know what's going on, or maybe sometimes when I start the simulation trading trading on online and simulated trade, and maybe if I don't know what to do at a point in time, I want to ask question, I'll have the privilege to ask question while the training is going on.
yeah. I know
So I
you
said,
were hesitating a little bit there because
yes.
we did a lot of back and forth. Because I mean, it's a lot of time
Yeah,
commitment.
I was hesitant at first because I'm just thinking to myself, will he be faithful enough to be available when I need him? If that doesn't work for me, why do I need to go for that? Because I was just thinking to myself, will he be available if I need help? If I don't understand
Right.
something, if I call him, will he make himself available? That I was shaky about. But later on, I realized that no, he's always on point. Even if I send you a text, I get a reply back, a
Yeah.
couple of minutes or hours, yeah.
Right.
So
I try my best
it was
with you
unlike what I
guys.
thought. Yeah.
The mentoring folks always, yeah, I try my best. Okay, so how and since you had a little bit of a different experience than some people, because some people just hop right into the mentoring. Other people do a bunch of courses and never get into the mentoring. How is the courses experience? Because you first did the courses, doing like one course. How is that different than the mentoring? Is it harder than you expected? More effort and energy? The value of the education. How is it so much different? Because there's probably some people that
So,
think I can just do the courses and I'll be good. Other people think I want a little more hands-on. How is it kind of different regarding your personal experience? Because you had a chance and privilege to experience both. So maybe some people would be wondering, like, what is the big difference between the one-on-one?
for people, like as for me, if I have a peer group that are into trading, because every other people around me are not into what I'm trying to learn here. Like some people have peer group that they already have some experience, they can rub minds and all that. I don't have that privilege here. You understand? So And that's why I decided to say, okay, I'm going all out for the one-on-one training because I really want to have a deep knowledge of this. And the only way I can get a deep knowledge of it is for me to be doing one-on-one training. And along the way, I'm going to have some bumps on the road. And if I ask question, I know what's going on, what's the reason for the bumps and all that, and why I should, you know, to know what's really going on. So I said, I think, one-on-one will be better for me. But if I have other peer group, maybe some other guys who are more advanced than I am, but they are not available, I can as well make do with the purchase of the what do you call it, the course, purchase it, and ask questions from peers, from peer groups and all that. But I don't have all that. So if I really want to understand this deep down, then I need to go one on one, you know.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I went for it. But along the way, I knew I've learned a lot because I show my wife what I do, and I kind of compare,
Right.
where
Yeah.
I started from and the depth of what I've known, and that really impresses her. Like, yeah, you're going deep in this. You're good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'm gonna get
You're
back.
way above average now. For what
Yeah.
you've learned.
I'm
So
gonna.
along the way, there's another friend of mine
Mhm.
who work in the same company, and he he's done some trading in the past. I don't know what kind of trade, but it wasn't really successful. So at one time or the other, when we're free, we sit down together. I'll start sharing what I know and this and that, and he's beginning to let me know that you're going above the average people over these, and if time permits, if I can help him out this and that. So then I began to see that, yeah, I'm above average, and I
Uh,
feel good about it.
yeah, I'm gonna get back to actually your wife here in a minute, but but as far as looking at the amount of work you've put in, I don't know if you realized. If you don't mind, I'm gonna share a little insight of kind of our schedule and things we've done in the past. But you've put in a bunch of work here as far as when we first started, because we started August 25th, 2020. So these are all the different homeworks and modules and things like that we've put in. And really, when you look at it, the amount of time is about 1,400 minutes. So tons and tons of hours of training together. So what would you say is probably the most difficult part about doing the mentoring thing and going through this? What are some of the things that people should expect? Because it's kind of like riding a bike, you should expect to fall. So the same thing here. What are some of the things that maybe some people would want to know before they take on such a big project?
So
Because as I warned you, it's a lot of work, but
the,
give
the
it from your
teaching the
perspective.
teaching is the teaching is great. It's great. I don't know if there's any other one out there that I can get this much information, honestly. And I'm looking at my situation that sometimes my job take me away, and whenever I'm available, I know he's available to take me on. So I want to get as much as I can get. So if I'm not available, I want to refresh myself with the courses that with what I've learned from him. So it's been a great journey. I've learned a lot. I know I'm geez, great. I put in a lot of time in it, you know, and many a times I enjoy the privilege of asking questions. Okay, this is not clear to me. Why is this happening? Why is this trade going this way? Why is it going that way? I'm able to get some answers to many of my questions that take me to the next level, and
Okay.
that's impressive. I'm progressing. That's the most important to me.
No, I think you're doing fantastic, and the story you shared with me just the other week. I'd love for some people to get some insight on this, because you started trading a real account as well. Because some people think we just work in paper money. Which at the beginning I always advise people do paper money, because people don't know what they're doing. So start out lightly, but you've recently been doing live money in a real account, and I'd love to for you to share that story of some of your recent trades and the types of trades you've been doing, and maybe the successful one that you've also recently had, that maybe built up some confidence within your family and you shared with your wife, if you don't mind.
Yes. Yes, I did a lot of paper trading in Iron Condor. I mean, when we started the training, I started immediately paper trading on Iron Condor. So I became very comfortable with Iron Condor that I can take it on. So I did some Iron Condors and I realized that I'm making in a period of a month between 8 to 12% off of my investment. So when I was introduced to Butterfly, Butterfly looks good, but the range is too tight, and the fact that the price can kill me on that. So I wasn't really comfortable doing that on my live trade. So I wasn't really comfortable at first because of the price range that can really take me out of my game. So and I got introduced to Iron Butterfly, and I realized that wait a minute, this is like Iron Condor, but it's got a good theta too, and the Vega is not as uh, as bad as the Butterfly. So I is an intermediary between Butterfly and Iron Condor. So I set it up. I did a simulated trade on that, and I saw the returns. But I was careful though. I wasn't picking a company that has um, a high jump up and down in the price. So the first one I went for is McDonald's MCD because I realized the price is no, it's kind of stable. So I went for that. I paper trade on that for a while, and it looks
Okay.
good. So I went for that on my live trade, but with a little money. So it looks good. And a couple of days after, 5 days, 6 days, I closed it, and I realized that I made 10% in a week rather than in Iron Condor, it takes me a month or
Yeah.
almost a
Yeah.
month. But with this Iron Butterfly, I was making the 10% in a week, 7, 8 days. And I
So
said, wow, this is not looking bad.
yeah. So
So,
so is that your big trade, or did you go to more trades, different stocks, or was
yeah,
the
so,
McDonald's was the main one at
well,
first?
I did as at the time I'm talking about, McDonald's and Amazon were the
Okay.
two I was doing because I look at the chart, they kind of stable in price. And I said, if the price doesn't go up or down on me, it might not take me out of the trade. So I can find my, I can
Mhm.
milk the theta, with that. So I stayed on those two and I was doing it and it was looking good. I close when I get my 10%, I get out of the trade. I don't go more than 10%. If it's 10%, I get out.
Yeah.
10% get out. 10% get out. So I did that for a month. And I realized that almost like 30% in a month. Wow, this is good.
And that was in
So
the live account.
yes, that's a live account.
Okay.
So and I realized that okay, I started with $50,000 and I'm at $65,000. I said, no, I don't want to get too carried away and continue to do bigger trade. I said, no, that can be very tempting. So I don't want to burn out my account because I know Stasha warned me about you can burn up your account if you're not careful. I realized that. So I took away the 15,000. I took it away from my account, from TD Ameritrade account. I took it away completely. So I came back to my 50,000. In fact, 49,000. I continue, staying Iron Condor, Iron Butterfly. I was doing both of them. And it went back 55, 57, 60. At 60, I took 10,000. I took it away. I came back to 50,000 just to control my both anxiety and excitement of exposing too much of money into trade because I'm still in a learning process,
Good for
you
you.
know.
Yeah.
So I don't want to burn out my account. I don't want to regret what I'm doing and this and that, because I have a back of my wife and I make her see that this is working and this might be something I can retire and be doing.
Yeah.
So and I need to do it carefully too. So I
That's a good.
know I still need some other things to learn. So I don't want to expose too much of money into the account. Whatever I make out of it, I take it away I make something out of it, I take it away. So I limit myself not more than 50,000. So I keep on doing it. So up to present time. And the one time I realized that I experienced something that I can say affected my trading was when the trade came down recently, which I never experienced before. It didn't affect the MCD, the McDonald's, but it affected my Amazon. So the Amazon came down, and I was doing a balanced trade as usual, hoping to milk it with my trader, and it came down on me. So I immediately, when I saw that, I alerted Sasha. He tried to help me out, but later on I said, no, I'm not. I don't know how to handle this. So I got myself out of it with a little loss, but it's okay. So, and I stayed away from Amazon for that period.
That's a big one, right? You're going from a $200, $300 McDonald's to an Amazon 3000. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bigger
So I
fish.
stayed away from Amazon for that time. I said, okay, I experienced what it. So I was asking Sasha some question that, okay, so this is what it is like. And Sasha was like, okay, remember I told you from the beginning, you need to be
Yeah, we try.
patient to see every situation in the trading world. There are some times that it's gonna be bullish, it's gonna be bearish, and you have to experience every season of training so that you know how to handle it when it comes. So it
Yes.
was a wake up call for me at the time that, okay, wow, this really can happen.
No,
So
absolutely no, and I'm glad you're seeing that, and you're also doing it with a level-headed mind because some people they just keep leveraging up and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. With you, you're actually pulling money out of your account to keep yourself more disciplined, and that's I think a wise strategy or approach. So, fantastic and good for you. So I guess the big question is now that you're doing some more live trades. At the beginning, I know you were a little more skeptical to about all the trading because you're new. Everybody that's new is always wondering can it work. But now that you've done a few trades in the live account and you've been doing it for a little while now, I'd say what, a couple months doing the live trades. So
yes,
now I think you're able to see more, like, how do you feel more about the future or the progression? Is it something that you feel, hey, I can get more comfortable with it? Obviously, you still have your job, you're secure in that kind of case, but is it something where now you're starting to feel much more comfortable with and seeing the possibilities moving forward?
yes, there's a big possibility. Um, because like I said, I trade with the mindset that people lose money and I need to be careful. I'm smart about what I'm doing. So whatever it takes for me to learn what to do when a trade goes against me, what do I do? How do I come out of it? How do I navigate myself? If I can get the knowledge of what to do to minimize losses, losses will always come. But the best thing I had in mind is that how do I minimize it and maximize my profits, minimize my losses, and if I can do that consistently, I'll be fine. It's something I can settle down with and be doing when I'm retired from my initial career.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you're looking for time freedom, so you're not trying to buy five jumbo jets by next year, right? So,
I'll
no,
be
it's
taking my time.
yeah, no, that's good. That's very very wise. Yeah, because the people that don't succeed is there. A lot of them are they're trying to rush through this, and it's a very good discipline that you have. So, anyways, I just have one final maybe tidbit question, if you don't mind. Just some people that are just new or getting started, as far as your journey goes, what piece of advice would you tell them as far as, because not everybody has, let's say, the time to spend on mentoring, or maybe they don't want to spend the money on courses, or maybe they're just getting started figuring out, I want to do penny stocks or day trading or this or that. Just any kind of piece of advice that you could give somebody just starting out, just in general for trading or where to go or struggles that you've had or just any kind of tips that from your point of view that they might take away.
Well, um, we are from different age group. I'm looking at retirement in the next 10, 15 years. So and somebody who is at 20 in his 20s may not see saying it, but what range you have. I want to believe that playing safe is good in this trading. Playing safe, you have to know what to do in order to be safe with what you're doing, because the trade doesn't know you, and whatever direction it goes, if it goes against you, how do you minimize the loss, and how do you maximize your profit, and how do you manage that profit? It's very very important. I mean, to me, and whosoever is interested in doing this, should learn. Should take your time to learn. And if you can afford to go on one-on-one training with Sasha, I think is a good way to go. Uh, I'm still learning too, so I know you still have some more to give to me. So I'm looking forward to it to learn more. I'm excited each and every time I learn something new from him, and I look at it and go over it over and over. Look at the video of our conversation over and over, and it's give me that confidence to keep going. So if you're interested in this, it's a good way to go. Take your time, learn and learn and learn and learn. Experience all kind of season along the way in this learning process. To me, buying the course is good, but if you have the time to do one-on-one, it's better.
No, I appreciate it. No, I think I always recommend though, if people have the time, because it is a lot of time, as you know. It's not just, I remember when we first chatted, you said, well, can't I just do it in a month? So what would you say now, looking back at it, the 6+ months, it's a different world, right?
You know,
It's not a
different.
one month
It's
thing.
different. It's good to experience all kind of season in trading. I
Yeah,
said
because
I thought I was playing safe by just trading stocks that are stable in price. So that I want to milk the because I don't know how to deal with upswing and downswing as much as experienced people. So, but along the way, it happened that the trade, like I said earlier, came down on me when the volatility came up. The prices of almost all the stocks came down, and I didn't know what to do. So I got out of the trade fast. So like that, that's an experience right there. Who knows what kind of experience is out there? So it's better to take for one to take one's time, a year or more, to see all kind of seasons and
yeah,
have experience
absolutely.
and have somebody to let you know what to do. So, I mean, having a mentor helps you to be at an advantage of learning what to do when, things happen along the way,
Yeah,
in
and,
this.
and it really compresses your time too. I mean, obviously, I always say people could probably do it on their own. I mean, it took me forever, but it may take 7 or 10 years. So we're just trying to really compress your time frame. So just constantly learning, learning, learning.
In a short
So
period of time. Yeah, that's right.
yeah. So I truly appreciate you taking a moment to just sharing your thoughts, your insights, and your story with people. I think they'll get a lot out of it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you.